Hello, everyone. Welcome. Kind of weird, haven't done a stream in ages. So, thank you for stopping by and watching. Because there's a few of there: Chattanooga, Ed, Jess, Pam, Reels Tanks, Jesse. Who else we got in here? Going back a bit. Perth Cichlids, of course. Zen Ginger, Aquariums Down Under, but they're probably from a little while ago. Hope you're all doing really well. So for those of you that know or watching the replay, we did a little series down here in the land down under and New Zealand called Fishtubers Down Under. And it was just a really cool way to try and find a couple new channels and just meet some new people and meet the Southern Hemisphere side of the fish fam. So what I'm going to do is we've got pretty much everyone. There's only one person missing, but they're working on it, I think. So we're all here. We're all sitting backstage. They're all looking at me like, what are you doing? But I'm going to bring them up. I'm just going to ask a quick question of each person, and then we'll let everybody on the stage together and answer some of your questions in the chat. So episode 1 featured one of the Fish Fam's faves, the thirstiest of rabbits. How are you?
G'day, everyone. G'day, Ackle, mate. Yeah, I'm going really good, thanks.
That's good. Good to hear. So what I was going to ask was, how did you enjoy doing the episode of Fishtubers Down Under, and what have you been up to since?
Oh, I love doing that, mate. I'd love to get part in another series of something else with you. Yeah, I've just found so many Australians out of the series. It's been awesome, and met some good mates along the way.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
I've been doing since I've everything's been going on here. I've been breeding green terrors and hopefully pass some of the green terrors on some of the Aussie fish tubers that I've met.
Yep. I know, and it's sort of brought a few more out of the woodworks, so like Rob Bull and a few others that we didn't really know about, which is cool. So it's kind of part of maybe having a second series, but no, it was good fun having you. We'll say hello to the next person, and then we'll bring you up in a minute. All right?
See you soon, guys.
Episode 2 was the one and only Perth Cichlids. So Perth Cichlids, my channel has some of the most popular videos are only a few hundred views, which I'm proud of. I don't care. But Jason, his episode just went crazy for a long time and ended up getting like almost 700 views. So Jace, how have you been?
Yeah, good, mate. How you been?
I've been very good. You've been
good.
Tracking down Tim Kelly to get his autograph for me.
Sure.
So, what did you enjoy doing the Fishtuber Down Under series most, and also what have you been up to since?
It was all pretty good, eh? Like, I hadn't been doing many YouTube videos, and you got me to dust the cobwebs off and get back into it, so it was good.
No, I'm glad you did. Did you watch the Seahawks versus Rams game last week?
Nah, I actually bought this at the Royal Show because it was cold.
So you don't actually follow them?
Nah, I don't watch any of it, eh?
Oh, you should have watched it because it was an epic game and you guys won. All right, who was next? I'll come back to you in a minute. Next, we had the one from over the other side of the pond. Not really saying that we use down here, but Cam from the Fish Room. I love that T-shirt.
Hello.
How are you?
So do I. Good, mate. Yourself?
I need to get those. Is that like one of your T-shirts?
It's one that we do sell, but we've got them being manufactured from a company in America.
Oh, we need to find. We need a link for those because I would definitely get one of those. So, how have you been, and how did you enjoy doing your episode of Fishtubers Down Under?
I have been incredibly busy, but that's no real surprise. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing the episode of it. It made me think about a lot of stuff, which is always good when you're talking about the hobby and made me kind of go back on a few things that I hadn't actually thought about for a while, like favorite fish and that sort of stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also, you ended up doing Aquarium Keepers Day, a video and your own. Tell us a little bit about that one.
So basically that was something that I had been pondering for quite a while, and your invitation to do your video series basically gave me a kick up the butt to get me moving on that. So each year we're going to run Aquarium Keepers International Day, basically, and hopefully get a few people around the world supporting it and doing videos and sharing it and celebrating for the hobby for what it basically is, which is a bunch of fun and for me at least, an enjoyable pastime.
And that's a worldwide thing, isn't it? So like everyone in the chat right now could be a part of that next year.
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome.
Because
I mean, we've got
really get it global and get it going.
I think we've got Canada, America, Hawaii's in America, but and of course Australians all in the chat. So that'd be awesome. Well, I'll pop back to you in a minute with the other guys, but thanks for coming back on board.
No worries, mate.
Episode 4. Episode 4? Who was episode 4? Oh, we can skip episode 4. Don't need episode 4. We'll go to episode 6 because we're missing episode 5 at the moment. But Lockie, SirPrawnAlot, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Aquamate. How are we? Good.
Good. You sound crisp.
Oh, yeah. Got a nice headset, but no camera, sadly.
I love your logo, so it's worth I like watching it.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy doing the Fishtubers Down Under, and what have you been up to since?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I sort of just started doing the videos. I didn't really think on the community, and then I saw, you came along and commented, and I saw the little group that was going on, and hey, I was really happy to be a part of the Fishtubers Down Under. To know, there's other Aussies out there. I don't know if you remember Galar Aquariums or Galar's fish tanks.
Yes.
He was doing that thing, and I saw everyone else. I was like, oh, I better get onto it. But,
well, actually, Galar's fish tanks was meant to be part of the thing, and he actually did a video too. But we had to change some of the stuff up a little bit, and then I just saw Aquariums Down Under. I sent you an email. Jump on your email and click the link, and email me if you've got an issue with it. So Glass Fish Tanks did do a video as well because it was gonna be cool to have a couple of New Zealanders involved. But
sure.
It didn't quite marry up, and then we tried to fix it, but then I don't know, he's not on YouTube as much anymore. So
yeah, I noticed that. But yeah, no, it's really good. I've been a bit busy, got a couple new tanks I think since then, and growing the channel a bit.
I've been watching. How many did you had 2 tanks, I think, when you did
I think so, yeah. And then I had a few stored, but I bought a new one and pulled out a bigger one. And yeah, I'm very new to the hobby, so I'm still learning and whatnot, but really enjoying it. And I think this community really helps, which is great.
No, that's good. That's awesome. All right, we'll come back in a minute and we'll go back to episode 4. Actually, the one and only Dr. Black. I think I'm going to have to use your song somewhere in this stream because I love that song and it did not get enough attention. How are you?
G'day, you more fancy seeing you all here.
So what have you been up to? I mean, a lot of people have noticed probably that Dr. Black is on live on Wednesdays and a lot of you join him. Some of you might not because of time. But
what have you been? What an excuse. Feeble excuse, the old time excuse.
Well, I'm looking at Pabs thinking Pabs is probably asleep when you're on.
No, he's probably just woken up, getting ready for work, having a shave, shaving his head and his nethers.
And his nethers.
It's not, surely it can't be. That's probably only, the sun's probably up by now in the UK.
He's there.
Maybe.
He's there.
But, people should know me from my live streams, even though I haven't really been doing a lot of them lately. And the last few that I have done have been brief. I guess, by my standards.
Yes.
No 3 or 4 hour jobs lately, just the odd hour and a half or so.
You're a short distance sprinter now, not a marathon runner.
Well, you've got to diversify, don't you? And learn all of the talents required in the talent pool.
True that.
But basically just a bit of the old rinse and repeat for me. Same stuff, different day.
Consistency is key.
It is. Pretty much the only thing that's changed for me in my I guess really in my fish room is that this tank changed from a planted small fish tank into a planted large fish tank.
Yep.
But again, most people already know that.
No, that's good. All right, well, we're going to bring everyone up. I've just seen Lockie has Lockie did a picture for me the other day. I'll put him up and I'll show you. That's Lockie's picture. I appreciate that. And have a chat. I'm going to let you guys have a chat amongst yourselves for a minute. We're trying for the first time, I've never tried this before, to stream on Facebook at the same time as YouTube. I know YouTube's working because I can see everyone's commenting, but I just want to try and check the Facebook. So I'll add in Thirsty Rabbit, Jason from Perth Cichlids, and Cam, and I'll see if I can help out Aquariums Down Under as well.
G'day, mates.
Yeah, got the whole squad now.
G'day. Crikey, everyone's back. Just going through the chat, seeing a few people's comments, and I noticed that Melvin's talking about moving tanks around. Now, Melvin, you be careful. You're not the largest lad. You get someone else to lift. Most fish tanks are a 2-man lift.
Who needs the gym when you've got fish tanks to move?
I am basically 2 men in one, whereas Melvin's going to need at least 1 man there. You see what I did there?
Yeah,
it's all in good fun. All in good fun. So how's it been going, fellas? Haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, pretty good. Been camping and that.
How was camping, mate?
Yeah,
did you see whales?
Yeah, heaps of whales. It's amazing how many's out there, eh?
Very good. Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? They're all up and down the coast.
Boats doing its thing.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Jace? Breeding season in full effect in your shed?
Yeah, mate. Full steam ahead, eh?
I noticed they do indeed. It gets them quite frisky, doesn't it? I noticed lots and lots of eggs on your YouTube channel lately.
Yeah,
good to see. That is a good question. Currently just have the 4 of us on here. And Lockie, what have you been up to?
I couldn't hear Jace. Sorry, Blackie, I couldn't hear Jace then.
Just the usual, waiting for the tank to cycle and whatnot. Getting the CO2 going nicely.
This in your planted one?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Hoping it goes all right.
Has your
family support it now, which is good.
Nice. Has your grass started to spread?
Yeah, it's gone up a little bit more than I would like, but I'll give it a trim and hopefully it will start shooting out to the sides and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing with a lot of those is that they are like a lawn. They do get long and dangly.
Get the mower out.
And there's Cam. Excuse me.
Cam's back.
Speaking of which,
just quickly, I'm going to jump back off again because I'll let one of you guys, maybe Blackie, maybe you can ask Aquariums Down Under how he's been since this episode because we can only have 6 of us on, I think. Yeah, so I'll jump out and I'll let Aquariums Down Under on for a minute because he's on.
Righto, excellent. So, Aquariums Down Under, How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So what's changed in your world since you were on the Fishtubers Down Under series?
Oh, I might have redone the rock work in the. Not sure. If
It
was
does look a
different
little
video.
different. Yeah, it does.
Looks amazing.
Yeah,
It looks
thank you.
very nice.
I think I've been to. I went to Reef Stock as well.
Oh, yeah?
I got Charles. Yeah.
That was
But,
up in Sydney, yeah?
Yeah, it's in Sydney. Yeah, my sand's gotten pretty good at the moment though.
What was that?
Pardon?
What did you say then?
My sand's getting pretty dirty.
Ah, right,
Haven't
right.
touched- Yeah, I haven't touched the tank in a few weeks. Just doing a little experiment. It's going much. The coral's been going way quicker now without touching the tank.
Yeah. Bit more
Just so
natural
it's
that
out.
way, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful tank, man. Very nice.
Yeah, it's looking sweet.
How many fish you got in there?
I got 3 at the moment. I had more before, but I'm pretty sure I got a mantis shrimp in the tank. They got on one of the corals and it's killing all the fish.
Uh-huh. And the
So here,
is that have you still got that mantis shrimp in there?
but I can't really hear because my Wi-Fi is pretty bad, so it's pretty crackly when you speak.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Do
See
you
if I
still
can-
have the mantis shrimp in there or other inverts?
If I go outside, if I can do it.
I said, do you still have the mantis shrimp or have you got other inverts in there instead now?
Hold on, 1 second. Can't, pretty bad.
I guess that, we are suffering technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably, the issues you face when you've got 19 people trying to stream at once. But we make do. We push through. It's
Well,
the
we
kind of
managed
people we
to,
are.
managed to
Pretty
get rid of the
well spread
echo.
out,
So.
We'll just
Angus,
accept it
when you're,
as a fact that was a beautiful tank, and unfortunately, we didn't get to look at the ones on the right hand side.
we'll just let him get it together then, because it was freezing up a little. I thought
Yeah.
I'll jump back in while his Wi-Fi takes back over. But I had a whole bunch of people jump in. Monica, Calypso's reefing, Pam, Joseph. Who? Me?
No, you're sounding good.
Yeah, I can
You
hear.
I can hear you.
Aquariums Down Under.
I can hear Blackie.
So is it now time with Aquariums Down Under getting his stuff together? Do you kick us all back out and give him his little bit, and maybe with only him on screen,
And my
maybe
work.
it might work better?
Yeah,
Just
that's a
gonna-
good idea. It's he's just like completely disconnected now. So
Oh,
Angus,
right.
when you get it back on, we'll try that and see if that works a little bit better. Because yeah, that tank, I love that tank. I know that people have like lots of reef tanks and bigger reef tanks, but there's something about Angus's tank that I reckon is awesome. Oh, we lost Thirsty.
Thanks for stopping in, Pabs.
But no,
And all these, what don't you Americans sleep? Goodness me.
yeah, I know. How are you guys still awake? All right, I'll just I'll bring Angus up. I'll bring you guys back in a minute.
Righto.
It's just me. All right. How are you going now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you properly now. Yeah, I think it might have been with everyone in the stream. It was going really lag and I couldn't hear anything.
That's why I just thought we'll try this. We'll see if we can have a look at your tank properly now. Yeah, it's a little laggy, but it's definitely better.
Oh, it's going to
Um,
lag again. I can't hear you. Must be my internet.
That's all right.
Going
If
all
you can hear me
dodgy or
now.
something.
The guys wanted to know what was on the other tanks. The one on the side. Is it a frag tank?
Oh yeah, yeah. Little one on this. Oh, hold on. Comments up. I can't. But this little frag tank I set up. Got all this algae in it because it's called diatoms, and like when you set up a tank recently, if you don't because there's no not bacteria on the frag on the plastic in there, the coral sit on. Diatoms type of algae is growing really quick. It's hard to control. There's heaps of it in there. It's not as bad as normal. It's usually like 5 times as much as that.
No, they'll look cool. How long does it take for them to grow to be a similar size to the other ones in the big tank?
Bad. Right. Chat thing. Because I can't read at the moment. I can't because it's so laggy.
It's very laggy. That's Perth for you. Jason's having the same problem. All right, I'll bring the other guys up now. What's the deal with Perth internet, you two? Even Cam's in New Zealand, another country, and we can hear him now.
Pretty bad, eh?
Yeah. So Cam, what's the rest of the year got in store for the fish room?
I am heading to Auckland for a fish trip in about 2 weeks' time. I was meant to be going to Metallica, but they decided to cancel, so I'm using my time wisely, and I am going to all the aquarium shops that I can, going to as many hobbies as I can, and recording absolutely everything that I can. And I'll probably be eating a lot of barbecue meat in between it as well.
Can I come?
I didn't even know Metallica was touring.
They're not now.
Well, and does that mean they cancelled Australia as well?
Yeah.
They did. He's gone back in rehab, apparently.
He has indeed.
Who has? James.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lead singer?
Yeah.
Hey, Gail, Jake, Zen Ginger's back. It's making you seasick. Jess Shrimp Granny said she had some questions for everybody. I think one of them was, have we ever kept red-striped earth eaters, Geophagus? Is that right, Geophagus?
Crikey.
I don't know what that is,
That's what she's been talking about all day. But, you know, that's the way you learn stuff, Jess. You ask questions. But no, I've not even heard of them.
Kept that species, I've kept other ones.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Cam. What was that?
Oh, I haven't kept that particular species, but I have kept other species of Geophagus.
Okay. I've heard the name, but I can't picture what they are. Are they cichlid?
They are, yep.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. Most of them get to a really good size. Beautiful colouring, sparkles. Some of the dorsal fin, not dorsal fins, sorry, the pectoral fins get incredibly long trailers on some of the species. They're absolutely phenomenal fish. They're well worth it. They don't
Quite passive.
They don't look like anything in the shops normally because they're quite small, but as they get older and develop, man, they're amazing looking fish.
What about you, Jason?
No, I've never kept them, eh? Don't know anything about them.
Well, that's short and sweet.
I heard the name and I thought it might have been something from Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, they do look like beautiful fish. I just had a quick look and yeah, they look nice. Actually,
Jason, I had someone the other day ask me if I wanted to take their, well, I don't know exactly what, they're African peacock cichlids, but I don't know exactly which types. But up to about 16 centimeters in size, 5 of them, they need a new home for them. And I'm like, I've got nowhere big enough to put them, unless I got rid of the goldfish. But then I'd be stuck. Get rid of them? I can't. After I almost killed him, I'm like, oh, now I like you too much. That's why I married my wife. No, that would be weird. Have we lost Thirsty for good, have we?
He's in a text chat, but he was having no audio from any of us. He couldn't hear us, so he's just dropped back to the text chat.
Fair enough. And Angus, if you try and turn your camera off, maybe your audio might come through a bit clearer. Rob Bull, hello. You've changed your logo, so I get confused. I didn't realise it was you.
There's new logo. Looks pretty nice.
I believe that was done by DPK Aquariums, a guy who's done a lot of logo work for the Fish Fam, and good work it is too. Rob may correct me on that, but I'm fairly certain he told me it was a DPK created logo.
I think I also saw a shirtless Dr. Black on Rob Bull's video there.
That is true. There is a shirtless Dr. Black, isn't there?
I believe the crack that forms at the bottom of my back also makes a cameo appearance early in that video. Brief Easter egg there for people who watch closely. But yes, let's just say I forgot to hitch my strides up before I dived into the pool.
Monica, the goldfish are good, and they're about to have a bit of a makeover in the tank, but I can't show you, and I can't make any videos at the moment because my computer died. This computer right here, that one, I borrowed from my old man just so I could edit the last video, which was actually the questions from Jason and Blackie, which was a lot of fun to film, and then I lost everything. So I had to do like a real quick edit. So that whole video looks a whole lot different to what I did with all the other Fishtuber videos. But that means I can't carry this around. I could get unplugged and then I'd probably drop it, break it, owe my dad lots of money. With YouTube. HC Aqua, and then he's got to go to bed. It's getting what time is it there, HC Aqua?
He's probably the latest one of all, being Hawaiian.
But that's what, aren't we isn't New Zealand the first country to start the day? So shouldn't he be technically, I don't know, early morning?
Yeah, very early morning. Very, very, very early morning.
Early morning of today.
Oh, right. No, I'm all out of filter.
What time do you
There goes my world clock.
9:30 for me, but if it'd be early morning for him. Early morning of today.
Well, I was wondering actually, because it's daylight savings here. I set this up last week and then it hit daylight savings and I was like, oh, hang on. That just Perth don't do daylight savings. So we're an hour early, aren't we?
Perth not doing daylight savings.
No, you don't do it over there, do you, Jace? You don't believe in it? Upsets the cows?
That's not how their planet works.
I don't believe in it either, but I've got to be subjected to it. Silly thing to do. The planet shifts time already.
I didn't know that, HCAC. Well, for about a year, I've been claiming that we're from the future when you're already 3 hours ahead of us. Now I'm embarrassed. I'm going to go get another beer.
Is it though? What's the date there, Jesse? I'm intrigued. And the room goes quiet.
What's the future like over there?
What can we expect in the next few hours? All right. So, yes. Oh, yeah, right. Yes. So Hawaii officially is one of the last on the planet. So not the earliest, the latest.
So we're in the future then, are we?
We are. We can tell Jesse what's going to happen tomorrow. Turkey will invade Syria. That's all I got, really. What's going to happen in New Zealand, Cam?
I think we're probably going to complain about some crappy internet thing with Sky TV and sport and the All Blacks and some other mumbo jumbo. That's my prediction.
Oh, that's right. There's like a rugby thing on at the moment, isn't there?
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Is Australia even in contention for the World Cup? Jake Hussey saying Aussies will lose the World Cup. I didn't even know we're in contention. I thought we had a crap rugby team nowadays.
We've only lost one game, I think.
Oh, really?
To Wales, just. Was it just? I think so.
I probably should pay more attention to it since it's one of the only sports that I've excelled at in my life. Or not excelled, but, done okay at, I should say. Let's get it right.
But you're a cricketer, Blackie.
I am mostly, yeah. That's my favourite one. That's what I focus most of my energy on.
Now that's a real sport.
Yeah.
You're so good at it.
I just played some rugby when I was a younger fella. It was good fun. Chattanooga Ed says he loves a good turkey sandwich. How on earth do you spread wild turkey on bread?
Soaks it up real nice.
I'm confused and intrigued at the same time.
You dip it in like a biscuit. And just...
Aquariums Down Under keeps popping back in. Can you hear us now? He's just gone black. There's like no picture at all. You can just try and put your logo up. Aquariums Down Under. Maybe that'll fix it. So I'm still. I can't believe we've got all of us in the same stream, even though Thirsty's now on the chat. But yeah,
we're all still here.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Jace, you need to give Angus your Wi-Fi password, man.
What for?
Oops.
Yeah, Jace, you went to the footy. You went to that West Coast final, but you don't really follow it that much, do you?
Not anymore, eh? Not since the new stadium's been built. So hard to get to, eh?
Is that the one that replaced the Wacker?
What was that?
Is that the one that's replacing the Wacker?
Yeah, it's up and running for 18 months now.
Well, the Wacker was replaced about 10 years ago with Subiaco, and then Subi's been... Oh, did they play cricket at the Wacker still?
Not very often.
No.
I thought they played the Big Bash there, didn't they?
No,
Yeah,
does New Zealand have a Big Bash league?
No comment.
They do. I think they do a 2020 tournament with their 3 or 4 local sides they've got.
Yeah.
No
comment.
So that.
Do you feel like they should be in the Big Bash league? They should have a team in that. It's huge over here.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Anyone else got questions for everybody in the chat? In the chat on the panel.
Well, HC Aqua asks, what parts of Australia is everyone from?
HC Aqua, Jesse. So I'm from Victoria, Melbourne, Victoria, which is the bottom east.
The bottom middle bit?
Corner, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not the middle, is it? Geography,
Mexico,
Blackie, shit.
Effectively, we're in Mexico, but unlike
In Mexico.
well, we're the capital of Australia, so we're the second largest city in Australia. Cam's from New Zealand, which is a eastern state of Australia.
Pushing
Well,
it.
mate, Lock is probably the closest to me. Where are you,
Yeah,
Lock?
South Australia, smack bang in the middle and down at the bottom. So I'm the middle bottom, actually. Blackie.
Yes. I had confused you momentarily for Aquamate.
So, yeah, and I'm half an hour behind Aquamate and Blackie and whoever else is on that side.
Thirsty Rabbit is also
Oh yeah,
on
Thirsty Rabbit's there.
the
Yeah.
eastern side, and Thirsty Rabbit and myself both reside in New South Wales, which is potentially the finest state in the country, with
Has
the
got the
finest people. It does well. There's more lungfish in Queensland than New South Wales, but yeah, I think they're in here somewhere. Thirsty Rabbit.
Time then.
What?
You said you were a few hours north of the country, and that just cut out at the wrong time. Then, all right.
Yeah, Thirsty Rabbit's on the central coast of New South Wales, which is about 600 kilometres roughly. So I'm on the very northeastern part of New South Wales. And Jace from Perth Cichlids and Aquariums Down Under, I believe, are both Westralians. Take it away, Jace.
Yeah, I'm Perth. What part of Perth are you from?
Who? Angus?
Yes,
Yeah.
Angus.
I don't
I'm
know.
in
The
there.
Fremantle supporter, so does that
It'd be,
tell you anything?
it'd be pretty funny if Perth Cichlids was from like Queensland or something.
Tasmania.
Perth, Nova Scotia. What are you talking about? I don't even know why I'm in this stupid thing. And yeah, the Life Aquatic with Rob Bull is in Victoria, so he's in the same state as me. I can't remember where you're from though, Rob. You're saying 2 hours north of me. It's not
Geelong,
a lot.
I think is that, isn't it?
Sorry?
I think Rob's in Geelong, isn't he?
So it'd be 2 hours west of me.
I could be wrong, though. I've been wrong before.
Cairns is the less significant island of New Zealand. Oh, Jake's. And we got a troll, Jake.
Oh. Oh. Shots fired.
He's
I'm not on the
potentially
Stewart
a New
Islands.
Zealander if he's making statements like that.
HC Aqua, there is no internet in the Northern Territory. That's why none of us are from there. No,
There's
not
very
popular.
little water as well.
Less fish. Actually, that's where a lot of the native fish that Max found in his video from the Northern Territory. Bendigo. Yeah, okay. I actually got I haven't told you this, Blackie, but one of the guys, he was on one of my videos in the past. We had a bit of a chat, and he messaged me the other day, and he said he has some, close your ears, Pam, if you're still there, some sparkling blue eyes that he can get, and he wants to try and breed them.
Interesting.
And where are they? I'll look up different type of rainbow fish, which Jesse,
Is
you
that
probably know.
the Gertrude or whatever they are?
I think so. Let me have a look.
Ooh, nice looking fish.
Sparkling blue eyes.
Is Pam still in, or did she go to bed? Because I
Oh,
saw a video. I'm sure lots of people here are familiar with Fish Keeping Jamaica's Fishtuber series as well. And he had a guy on today. I'm not familiar with Warrior Planted Tanks, Steve. And I looked at a video of his from a week and a half, 2 weeks ago that had what looked to me like honey blue eyes in a brackish tank.
Okay.
Potentially have a look, Pam. Check him out. He might be. I think he said he's in Texas. I don't think he's breeding them. I don't know if they breed in brackish water or anything, but you know, if you want to look at some honey blue eyes, I'm pretty sure that's what he's got. Cyano
Sorry,
dorsal.
I was wrong. They were spotted blue eyes. These guys. Can you see them?
Yeah, looking nice.
And the other
Crikey,
one,
that's some fish.
I know they're crazy, aren't they? And threadfin rainbows,
Oh, they're pretty.
which I haven't seen. So these are Papua New Guinea and Northern Australian natives, and they're the threadfin rainbows. So you can get some of those, and he has bred the honey blue eyes himself, and he put them, basically keeps them in a tank in summer, even though we're down in Melbourne where it's cold. He puts them out in a tub outside, and then they breed. So he wants to try and do the same thing. So it's kind of like, hey, you get some, and I'll get some, and then we can hopefully double our chance of trying to breed some and get more of these fish.
Do you get frosts in the winter in Melbourne?
Yeah, we get heaps of frost. It gets negative where I am. How do I get rid of this?
And he's not having any trouble with
Shortly.
dial or anything like that on them?
No, so he brings them inside. So he only leaves them out there for summer.
Right. Yeah.
And I was worried that would still be too cold for them. But
I do a lot of. I think we've got a very similar climate here to what you guys do, and I do a lot of stuff outside over the sillies and guppies and bristlenose and cories and stuff like that. And barbs, they'll go fine out there, but sort of early autumn start bringing them in. Otherwise, the first frost knocks them all out.
well, I think that's one thing. I've never done summer tubbing or anything like that. I think I might try it. HC Aqua said he's got some of the Gertrudeas. God, why are fish names so hard? Scientific names.
Because scientists are stupidly smart.
Hey, Megan. Hello. Thank you for popping by. Hanging out with all the Aussie fish fam and New Zealand fish fam peoples and in the panel. And Megan's just bought a fish tank. And Megan's friend also bought a fish tank, and she lives near me. And we're probably going to do something setting up her tank, her first tank, which will be really fun too. Monica's laying in bed at 4:30 in the morning singing songs. Or 4:40. Hey, Melvin. I said hello to you before. How are you? So Perth's disappeared. Lockie, what's the rest of the year got in store for SirPrawnAlot?
Oh, well, I'm hoping to get some new fish for my latest tank. I'm thinking probably a better fish at this point. So I've been browsing, the different kinds and whatnot. Just because it's a smaller tank and I don't want to, kill a bunch of fish accidentally and whatnot.
Yes.
I know I can handle it better in that tank, which would work. But nothing else crazy. I'm going to keep doing my videos when I get the chance and whatnot. I get a little slack every now and then, but yeah, keeping up with it.
I know you got to keep those fans wanting more sometimes.
Probably, I was going to say, get the, I don't know if you saw my other video, but I was checking out some games for fish keeping and stuff. So I'm going to probably try a few new fish kind of games. And like computer games and stuff. And see how they go.
Fish keeping games?
Yeah. So I've done a couple videos on one called Biotope. The latest video I did was kind of negative about it because they stopped developing it at this point. But it's pretty much like you set up your tank and it's meant to be about, like a biotope kind of tank and stuff. So they had like the Amazon biotope type dealios and stuff. And you pop your fish in and you set it all up, but it was still early stages, so it wasn't too in-depth at that point in time. But there's a few other ones around that I'm looking into and might grab.
Yep. That'd be cool. I remember, does anyone remember Windows 95 or maybe Windows 98 or something? And I remember that you have a screensaver, like a normal boring screensaver, but we had a screensaver which was a fish tank. So come on, it'll be fish swimming. Sounds simple, but you click in a certain spot and then you have to feed the fish. They have to feed fish, and they can breed or attack each other. And I'm like, this is the best screensaver ever.
Yeah.
It was good at the time.
And Jesse, we went to I went to my first fish auction the other day because Matt's told me about it. And I met him there, and we basically just nerded out for about an hour on fish and kept waiting for the right fish to bid for, and then I had to leave. And I left empty-handed, but he didn't. He got a few things.
How many people attend stuff like that?
140 people there. I thought there'd be like 20 people or something, and it would be.
Wow.
And best thing, they serve beer and junk food.
Wow.
So walk in, and there's this
Where
bar.
I sign?
What is this place? And then went through, and then they were sort of like selling different fish foods, different filter material and stuff up the back. And there was about 140 people, and about 10 of them, or maybe 15 of them, were running it. And they would have, it went for about 6 or 7 hours too. It was only meant to go for 3 hours, but they had so much stuff to sell. And then they're doing it again. Rob, if you're listening, they're doing it in Avalon this Saturday or Sunday, and they've got a lot of really rare fish. They've got freshwater puffer fish, which that was the one that me and Max were like, oh, should we go to this? And I'm like, yeah, but where am I going to put a freshwater puffer? But
I've heard they go good with goldfish.
I've got two questions.
Blue eyes.
First question, are you going? Second question, are you recording it? Because I'm really jealous, so I want to see it.
I'm going to go, but I'm not going to film it just to annoy you. No, I'm not going because they do it every few months, and so I will go to the next one. Max seems to know a few of them there a bit better than I do, but I didn't want to go in and just start filming. I haven't felt bad taking a photo. I just I'll probably go and try and get to know them, have a chat with them, and then say, hey, do you mind if I just film some of it? And then, yeah, I'll definitely put something up because I it was on 6 months ago, and I felt a little intimidated going in, just thinking I don't know what it's all about. And then it was really good to go to this one, and it was cool because I know Max. And there's a couple other people I'd met at fish stores and stuff that were there. So, yeah. But, yeah, that doesn't happen all the time here, but it does happen.
I look forward to a video in about 9 months' time then.
Exactly. This is that thing that I know, like a year ago or however long ago, I was like, oh, we need to have something like Aquashella down here, but obviously we can't have Aquashella down here, but we could have something that gets everyone together. And the auction, have 140 people just for the auction, I'm like, yeah, I reckon it would work in Melbourne. I reckon you would get a lot of people.
Mm.
Megan just said that her daughter has a green freshwater puffer. Wow. Are they the little ones? The tiny freshwater puffers? The green ones? Everyone hit the like button. Thank you, Pam. Jason. So Jason was doing a video series. Jason broke the world record for the amount of YouTube videos released in 1 month last month. And he did a series on different fish foods.
Good night, Pam. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, good night, Pam. What did you find out of that? Is there anything in particular that really stands out to you, Jason?
Yeah, well, I think we're 4 weeks in now, and 3 of the foods early on changed colours, so something dodgy going on there, I'd say.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, we need to get some more males in the experiment because it doesn't seem to affect the females that much, the colour enhancing foods.
So the food changed colour or the fish changed colour?
The fish change colour.
As in, sorry, when you fed them, they've changed colour straight away.
Yeah, 2 days.
In a good way or a bad way?
It's hard to
As in
tell, but it's changing fin shape and everything.
So as in they got brighter, but is it like almost like a steroid or something is in there that makes it just go? Is that what you think?
You can't say that, you'll get in trouble.
I'm not doing the test, so I can say it.
I've been warned what I can and can't say. You can't mention the H word.
The H word.
Hormones.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you've gone and done it. Too late now.
No one's going to watch this anyway, are they?
God.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting though, isn't it? Like if you're getting instant changes and you'd be like, this stuff's great. And then after a prolonged period, you'd be going, should this really be happening? Like, and they just hit the nail on the head and it's the perfect food for that fish? Or is it like, what do they put in there to make, you know, without using any of those words, happen?
Because the ones that I'm 70 days in on, those fish are glowing. So there's something going on in that experiment for sure.
Sorry, I missed that. They're gone.
They're glowing.
Oh, glowing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So how many tanks have you got up and running right now?
For the experiment or for the breeding fish and stuff?
Just the fish room, the breeding.
Maybe 75. We
70,
just sold 50.
75 tanks. Life goals. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you got to change the water, so it's not all good.
Yeah, you just pour water from one end to the other one, yeah? Do you have what sort of? I know I've seen a lot of your videos, but you've got a bit of a system, don't you, for all the water changes?
In the grow out room, I have those little taps on the tops. You just click the tap and it goes straight outside.
Yep.
But you still got to fill it, so that's what takes the most time.
Yep. No, I know. This tank behind me is a little bit lower. You can't tell because the light's not showing it properly, but yeah, I need to fill that one up, and I've been looking at it for 3 days. So, what about you, Dr. Black? What's new for the rest of 2019?
As little as possible, really.
I like it.
I'd like to consider that I've got no plans, no direct hopes or aspirations for the future. As long as I'm maintain respiration and blood pumping through my system, I think I'll be relatively happy.
I love it.
Oh, were you like referring to fish and stuff?
Yeah, that was more than Dr. Black's.
Oh, yeah, well,
status.
the only thing that I've kind of made plans in my fish room is that I'm potentially going to swap this massive beast of an Oscar behind me for a female Feste, because my male Feste is just looking absolutely splendid at the moment. And my oldest son, he likes his Oscars. He's got a few, and he's got a female Feste in his large 6 foot tank at the moment that he's just popping. So I'd just like to see a male and a female in the tank together. And, you know,
Fiste's a nice fish.
what can go wrong with a Jaguar and a Rivulatus in with a pair of Festes potentially breeding? Probably not much. I have high hopes that it'll go well, and essentially the small Rivulatus that I have in there is a female, and I'd like to give her a chance with my massive monster male Rivulatus and see how they go. He's mellowed out a little bit in his old age, it seems, because he hasn't killed the 2 catfish that I've put in with him. So, you know, I've got, like I said, I've got positive vibes about the whole thing.
No, sounds
But apart
good.
from that, yeah, no plans.
I
I find
love-
the less you plan, the less can go wrong, and I like to stick with that.
Oh, what have I done? Thought I lost you all then. Yeah, I want to get a Rivulatus one day. And yeah, HCA, well, Perth Cichlids has 75, down from 120. So he's semi-retired. Now, Angus is still in here, but can we hear Angus?
I've not heard a peep,
Yeah.
unless it's the noise. There's a little bit of background noisy stuff.
No.
Unless someone's listening to sports.
Is there any sports on at all? Thirsty, I know where to get them. Thirsty, I'm gonna, even if I don't have enough room, I'm gonna get you to send one of those ribs or a couple. I totally have to get rid of my cribs very soon. They're all still alive and all still well, but in that little tank, they're just starting to get bigger. That they will probably start picking each other off soon. So good
The
news.
ones in the rainwater tank.
Yeah, although there's no more green water because I did a big change and just it was like a 70% water change. That was enough to just kill off the algae, which was good. But they're still happy in there. But they look great. Some of the females look like they're getting bigger than the males, and I've noticed. So the parents had 2 batches of eggs and fry since those guys, and they killed them off. They ate them. And now they don't want to breed, which is good because I don't want them to breed at the moment. But I have changed to a mainly 99% pellet or flake diet rather than bloodworms and all that I used to do before. So I think that's probably one of the reasons.
Have you can you get Brachati over there?
Sorry?
Can you get Brachati over there? The fairy cichlids?
I don't know then. Do you know you guys know them?
Yeah, we got them here.
Sweet. They breed almost as easy as Crebensis, but the parents, they kind of work in the family unit. And as the fry grow up and the next lot of spawn comes along, they look after them as well. So unlike your parents that were smashed in the new ones, sorry, the way you said it, they continue to build up as a family unit. It's really, really cool. Just made me think about why you were saying that.
What are they called? Cichlids.
Fairy.
Fairy. Okay. Hey, Pagan Goodwin. How are you? I'll have to have a look at that. Because they were great parents.
Yeah, Princess, yeah.
And shit house the second time and third time. I need to get some lights on.
They only have 5 or 7 babies, don't they?
They don't have massive ones. You don't see big swarms of the fry like you will with some other cichlids, but they just develop, and you can just sort of see the family getting bigger and then taking the territory further and further out, which I think is pretty cool.
Rob Bull's asking, is it princess or fairy?
Oh, they're both, yeah, they're
common
the same
names.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. I need to look into them. I don't know what they are. I'm going to just Google images.
I've certainly heard of them, but I've never seen them available for sale in the stores around me. But, you know, I'm pretty rural, so I wouldn't expect it.
Are they Tanganyikan or are they?
Yep.
All right, there we go. No, I've seen them. They're cool. That was one thing actually that came up at the auction where there was some really awesome shell dwellers. And I have a tank, like a 40-litre tank, 10-gallon for the Americans that are still awake. And yeah, they were Tanganyikan shell dwellers, but I've heard that Tanganyikan are one of the harder fish to keep as far as the parameters and stuff. So I just went, no, I'm not going to just jump into that on the chance that I've got a tank that's already set up. Have any of you guys kept Tanganikans before?
Yep.
Yep. What about no Perth?
Only
Modding.
from toes up.
You're doing this.
Toes up.
Are they harder than a lot of other fish, or are they just different?
I think so. Because you got to buffer the water and stuff, I reckon.
Yeah, buffer. So in what way? As in, you've got to get the pH up how high?
I'm not totally sure, but you got to add like salt and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's more about your minerals, isn't it? Mineral content of the water.
I've never had much issue with them, but I've got relatively hard water and higher pH where I am, so it's not such a big deal for me.
Yep. So it's not the sort of thing you can just set up a tank and then add some like crushed coral sand and some Texas holy rock, and that will buffer it enough. Because that's what I've done with mine. It's at about 8. The pH, is that too low, or is that kind of getting to where?
Fine. Mine's just under 8, and I've always been fine with them.
No, it might be worth trying. But they were literally like $12 for 4 little awesome looking shell dwellers. I'm like, really? I need to grab some of those.
What species were they?
I can't remember because they were using the scientific names.
Yeah.
I was learning a few little bits and pieces, but I just can't remember. One of the other ones was the plecos. It was a deceased estate, and the guy obviously loved plecos because that went for like 45 minutes just plecos. And they had all different types, and they had the L227s, which I think it's the L227s, which are the zebra plecos.
Okay.
And they were selling for about $30 each or something. They were pretty cool, but I noticed some of the Americans doing fish room tours, fish store tours, that they were going for the same, the zebra plecos, and they were like $250.
You're talking about the black and white zebras?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like $400 here.
Well, they were selling them for $30, and there was about 10 of them. And he just kept going, oh, yeah, here's another one, and I was like, I had $20 cash on me. I know I could have used my card, and I was like, if someone doesn't bid under the $20, I was going to grab one and try and chuck it in here. But I'd also finding myself going, I've always wanted one of them, but I don't know anything about them. Are they any different to, bristlenose and that stuff?
They're a carnivore. That's
Yeah,
definitely different. Yeah.
I forgot I could do this. Well, yeah, that's a big difference. What do you guys use to make safe, cost-effective caves for your cichlids? Rocks. For me.
Toilet rolls.
Toilet rolls.
I love your sense of humor, Lockie. There's just don't say anything for 10 minutes and then just come in with you.
Yeah, I like cracking a few jokes.
Oh, Cooker's here. Watch out. Oh, actually, Cooker. So my dad came with me. That's why I felt safe there at the auction. So that's what he's talking about. I said to Dad, I can't believe they sell beer here. This is like, it's crazy. He's like, hang on a second. And he came back with a beer for me. Which was
now we know where the $20 went.
No, I still got it here. Could have had to be. Aqua, mate, what am I talking about? I don't know. What am I talking about?
Jess Shrimp only asked what people would use for the caves. Anything you can find.
Yeah.
Just, get your hose out and clean the poop off it. Give it a wash, and if they like it, they'll use it.
Well, that was another thing. They were selling pleco caves. So they had the ceramic cylinders. They had the little boxes. So they were selling them for like $7 or $8 each, selling them in bundles of 3 or 4. So I know there's a couple companies out there that specialize in making the perfect pleco caves and stuff. But yeah, I've got one in here. for my bigger pleco, but yeah, I just reckon rocks. Monica, I didn't bid on anything. I was talking about a zebra pleco to bid on.
You're going to regret that one day, aren't you? $30 for one of them.
100%.
Did they was that like the opening bid, or was it just like $30? Here you go.
He started them at like $10 or $15.
Wow.
And I think they sold a trio of them for $50. So
Plecos are pretty hard to find over there, eh? Or some of them.
well,
Yeah,
those
they
ones
don't have heaps.
yeah. But what was
Friend of mine.
what was overwhelming about it was every fish, seriously, every second or third fish was like, oh my God, like I'd love to have one of those. I'd love to have one of those. So it was almost like, what do you bid on? I don't know what to do. There was I can't remember the name of it, and I really wish I did. It was a blue panchax. And I just pictured it as like this little, because I've had golden panchax that don't get that big. That to people that don't know what panchax looks like, it almost looks like an arowana, but like a tiny little version, but a lot more colourful. And they sold it for $30. And the guy came up and he's like coming up with the bag because he was giving it to the guy behind us. This panchax was like this big for $30, and it was bright blue with like red crazy fins, and I'm like, that fish should be worth $200. So it was almost like you just kept waiting. I think they sold like 10 red cherry shrimp, $14. So $1.40 a shrimp, which is awesome. I think they're normally like $3, $4, $5 or whatever, but you know, at that price. PVC is another one, yes. Has anyone else got any questions for any of the guys left on the... Angus is back, but I don't know if he's actually back. Are you back? No, we'll leave you up there because we don't want to leave you behind. Monica's just saying that auctions are fun, but they do go fast, and the trick is to not go over the value by getting in a bidding war. That's right. And I noticed that happened a couple of times. It was really funny, actually. One guy, he kept bidding on a lot of the cichlids. He'd bid, and the guy literally right behind him would just bid straight away. So he'd go, yeah, bang, yeah. And he didn't know that it was the guy right behind him. And I'm like, and he's going to get angry if he turns around. Good night, Jesse. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by.
So I think over the next 3 months, considering none of you asked me what I'm going to do for the rest of the year, I am going to try and get a new computer. So I'm probably going to be laying down low a little bit. I'll try and do what I can that I normally do, but I've decided that I'm going to do a completely different series, one that sort of focuses on, yeah, we can't hear you. Aquariums and Unknown, sorry.
Galah.
Hey, Galah. We were talking about you before.
His ears must have been burning.
Yeah, an hour ago. I'm going to do like a mini series on some beginner tips, I think. So we will try and do it in a completely different way that I do all my other videos, and then I'll try and continue sort of with the fish fam updates and all that sort of stuff as well, but just to work on another one on the side. But I need a new computer, and I've decided that I'm not getting a Mac. I do everything with a Mac, and I'm sick of them. They are junk. They're not junk, and like they work well, but when you want to do stuff slightly different, they just stop you from doing things. So I'm over them.
You need one of those fancy ones that Aussie Man did a review of. Oh, no, he did a review of the ad for one of them.
Aussie Man to crack up.
It looked fancy. Yeah, he's good value, that guy. And hasn't he made a mint off the old YouTubes? Just by Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones made that lad.
Didn't even know he was on YouTube.
Aussie man.
Makes sense that he is. Yeah, I've just seen him, the old clips on Facebook.
Ah, right. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like some of his like animal commentary and stuff. They're pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Things like that.
Anyhow, we don't need to be promoting him. He's got millions of subscribers and he's making huge bank.
He should
But
be
yeah,
promoting us.
He's a very funny lad and definitely worth looking at. What's been going on with you, Galar? Where you been?
Yeah, how's the fish war going?
Yeah, his Drunk Olympics is pretty choice. Very choice. Maxifer flashes. Monica Lynn asking about the proper setup for a Siamese algae eater is. I find the best place for a Siamese algae eater is in the toilet dead. Terrible fish. I mean, they're great when they're tiny little babies. They do good work, but when they get a little bit bigger, they can become monsters in your tank and annoy the heck out of all the other fish in your tank. But if he's just hanging out in a cave, what else is in the tank with it? Because they're not normally like that. That is abnormal behavior for a Siamese algae eater. Normally, they're very boisterous and hassling all the other fish in your tank. You'll have to let us know, Monica. Off you go, JH. Get your flight. Do some push-ups before you go. That gets the endorphins running. That'll keep you awake another half hour.
Where are you going, Joseph? You're going home, are you?
He's going to the aquatic experience, I believe.
Friggin' you guys and all your expos and stuff we just get to see occasional videos of.
The mind does boggle, though, why they have two so close together that are supposed to be like two of the biggest ones.
Well, I actually haven't heard of the aquatic experience, to be honest. Did you see the video of it's on Coral 12G? I can't remember his name, the young guy. And they got King of DIY to present him with like a new saltwater tank.
Young Joe.
Yeah, young Joe. He's a funny kid, that guy. That was awesome. I love that. I like those sorts of videos.
It was good. Yeah, lots of personality in that kid. And, you know, he's potentially got a bright future in front of him as a YouTuber with mates like that.
Yes, I would say so. Has he got a channel or not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know things.
Not that we have to wrap up right now, but when we do wrap up, well, I suppose it's one of my videos. I can use the Fishtubers Down Under theme song.
Oh, is that the one that I did?
It may be.
Sure. Yeah, Monica, I'd just be watching that guy. Just check his behavior with your other fish. If he's not hassling your other fish, he might be all right. But failing that, I'd probably ship him down to Thirsty Rabbit, and you can go in the tank where his Chinese air cichlid was.
Jess, do you talk to Rob much from Cliff Aquatics? Did you see Jess basically was rubbing shoulders with the creme de la creme at Aquashella?
That's how Jess rolls.
I know. I was
She's
like,
got the gift of gab.
I would be sitting next to Jess so that I could I could enjoy the adult beverages because everyone else didn't seem too interested. You do speak to him. Can you remind? I've sent him a couple of messages, but I don't think he's missed the last couple. So I know he's busy. But just a friendly reminder.
That big room that he's working on with all those 120-gallon tanks looks fantastic so far. That's going to be impressive when it's done.
That's the dream right there.
Oh yeah.
That is. Now, how can I do this? I want to go that. So, by the way, I don't think the Facebook thing worked. I tried that. I need to try that again at some stage. It'd be cool to try and get because apparently with StreamYard, Blackie, you use it all the time. On the right here, I can see everyone's comments, and it comes up with a YouTube logo. So I'm assuming that you can get a Facebook logo, so you kind of know where the comments are coming from, but you get the whole feed in one.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of handy. Not that I have a lot of people on Facebook, but it would be cool to do it that way. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the Fishtuber series. There it is. So have you guys got any ideas? I'd be happy to do another Fishtubers down under like series 2 or something. Have you got any ideas for any channels that you think that we should be putting on there? You guys are all Aussies and New Zealanders that you know any channels that are nearby to you. I think I can think Rob Bull.
Pretty sure Rob Bull's straight down for it.
Would be awesome, fun to do one with. And I've gone blank. What's his name in Perth?
What about JBR? He's in Australia, isn't he?
GBR?
GBR, yeah.
Where's GBR from?
I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure he's an Aussie.
Yeah, I think he's West Australian as well.
If anyone finds a South Australian, let me know. I'm getting lonely down here.
I swear it was someone else. Remember when Galah's Fish Tanks did the it was like a war?
Yeah, I loved that. That was awesome.
Just
To, like,
shoot.
negotiate with people.
Wasn't there someone else with you? Tim G.
Oh,
G.
no.
Tim G, yeah, Tim G.
I feel bad. What's his name? The guy that swears a lot.
Rambling Rumble.
Blackie, he's already been on.
Yeah, Rumble.
Rumble, yeah.
Rumble the
Well, there's
Rambler.
4. We probably only need like. Have you got any over there, Cam?
I don't watch pretty much any YouTube, so I can't really give you any help with that. I'm sorry.
I noticed you never comment on any of my videos.
I literally I might watch 10 minutes on my TV once every few days, which I can't make any comments on, and that's pretty much me.
Yep. No, that's cool. If there's any, I did speak to Parker's Reef. Parker's Reef is so 3,000 subscribers. He's an Aussie Fishtuber. He's pretty active. He does a lot of videos, and we're going to try and do a live stream together. Just me, just asking him some questions because he's like, of course, he's welcome in any of the fish fam, but he's not in the fish fam. We don't see him around. It would be cool to ask him how he approaches YouTube, and where he started, why he started his channel, if he's involved in groups that that we're just not involved to or privy to. But I'm going to try and have a stream with him in the next couple of weeks, probably a similar time, sort of a an afternoon or evening stream Australian time. And just on that, I just want to say thanks to everyone that's watching, because usually with the Aussie streams, when we do it a little later at night, we know that it's bedtime for a lot of the Americans, but there's still 21 people here, and there has been the whole time. So that's pretty good. I remember the first few streams that I was doing with the Aussie timeline, it was usually about 10 or 12 or 13 or something. So it's encouraging. Majestic Aquariums. I don't think he'd want to be a part of the Fishtubers Down Under. You can see he doesn't even reply to a comment, but he's pretty big as well. 35,000 subscribers, thirsty. So he's in another universe to the fish fam as well. I think he's doing it in a completely different way.
There's one that I watch, Keeping Fish Simple. I don't know if you've seen him before.
No.
He's got, I was just looking in a sec, 14K subscribers.
Did you just send that link there?
Yeah, that's the link in the private there, yep.
Let me have a look and I can.
He does a lot of like top 10 kind of like, you know, helpful tips and stuff like that. So I don't know, he seems all right.
Is he Australian, is he?
Yeah, from what I gather. He sounds it and he looks it, and fairly sure he said he's from Melbourne, maybe even, or Sydney.
Well, I'm going to subscribe and I'll give you guys the link as well in the chat.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Thirsty, Life of Size Aussie as well. Not sure if he's got back into the fish yet or not. He was more focused on his reptiles and whatnot. I'll have to check him out. I haven't seen his stuff for a while.
Yeah, we'll have to check that too. Everyone jump over and check out that channel. Just subscribe and tell him the Aussies sent you. And you'll start going, who's that? Because I haven't seen that channel before, but just looking at the thumbnails and the different topics. Breeding Danios, tips for keeping guppies. Does podcasts, top 10s, shrimp. That's pretty cool. And why guppies die. That'd be an interesting one as well.
Heart stops beating. And on that note, gentlemen, I have to shoot through.
You got to shoot
Righto,
through?
Cam.
No, I really appreciate it.
done.
Yes. It's been really good to bring everyone together. So thank you and have a good night.
No worries. You too. Catch you later.
See ya.
See you soon, man.
Take care. Gents.
Yeah.
Monica's question about hashtags. I think if you're talking about in like YouTube comments or in your YouTube descriptions for videos, I think it's just a helpful tool for searches.
Yeah, if you click the hashtag, it'll come up with all of the ones with that. So
With the same hashtag, yeah.
that's why if we did like Fishtubers Down Under, then we could all have it all, you know, in the same place.
Mm.
Well, yeah, we probably need to come up with an Aussie one that we should all use. Do you guys all use tags on your videos?
I did a few times, but not much else.
I generally put in the what do you call that? You know, that section when you're uploading a video and you've got all the maybe they're called tags, but you don't actually put a hashtag on them. I put Fish Fam and Fish Fam as well.
Yeah, I
OZ.
do the fish fan. There's some American baseball team uses the hashtag FishFam as well. I don't know which one it is. Maybe
the Marlins.
Oz FishFam. Maybe we need to do something like that, Rob. Like just a cool way to click that button. Let's go. What's this about? And then it brings up everybody rather than not that it matters. So if we support everyone around the world, but it's just a cool extra thing that we can all do together. Who's the Aussie that sings about shrimp? I'm
curious. I'd like to know too.
Who?
I said I wish that was me doing that.
I don't know who it is.
I think we need more reference points, Ed.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna write like a cover of a song sort of thing, but it's like, you know, fish and aquarium related. And I was trying to come up with a good song that would, you know, kind of be funny, but
yeah, well, hang on. I think we're leading up to something here that I'll show you guys. For anyone that hasn't seen this, how dare you? But for the rest of you, this is part of the series. We could have done that, couldn't we? Favorite part of the series. Where are we? That's right. I did it at the start, didn't I?
I'm
Right.
already blushing.
Oh, hang on. Now, give me 1 second. Oh, Vinoski, don't go to bed yet. Just wait. Oh. All right, so we're going to screen share. Application done. This is a little song that Dr. Black shared with us on the Fishtubers Down Under series. Into my fish tank, gonna do a water change. Scraping up some algae and noticing some kind of strange. I went to Fishtuber zone. Gonna take you right into Fishtuber zone. I went to Fishtuber zone. Gonna take you right into Fishtuber zone. It's the greatest thing ever. Seriously, have fun getting that out of your head because it was stuck in my head for months, and my wife's just like, "Oh, can you shut up?" With that? Especially editing the video, I'm like, I don't know where to put it. It's so good, I've got to put it everywhere. Oh, so funny.
I've still got to write 2 more verses and a bridge for it. I said I was going to do that months ago, and I've never got around to it.
Oh, it's just. And
Nice.
what I probably need to do, actually, maybe you should do it on your channel. He sent me the questions and that song, but he also sent me him trying to do that song. So he was sort of writing it on the go, and then get this bit wrong or that bit wrong, trying to figure it out. And that was just as funny as listening to the actual song.
I don't have any more of that footage, I don't think, unless Scungy's still got it.
I've got it. I can send it to you.
Right. You're more than welcome to use it.
I could bring
I'd
it
be
up.
too embarrassed to put it in.
I'll send it to you. You can have some fun with it.
I think I may swear a little bit too much in the outtakes of it.
There was some characteristic Dr. Black burps. I tried to get rid of those too. So
Don't we all?
Oh, Simply Shrimps. He's not Aussie. Fairly
Beck-
sure he's from England.
sorry, who?
Oh, the guy that sings about the shrimps. He's from England, I'm fairly sure.
Simply Shrimps. Let a look. Beck said that's enough. It's long enough. And no more Fishtuber zones. It's too funny. Love it.
Then if I also get my ass into gear, there may be. I don't necessarily want to talk it up because the more I talk stuff up, the more I procrastinate about it. But there may be a collaboration coming that involves music as well with another reasonably well-known fish tuber, but an American one, who I may have had some musical involvement with in a previous live stream.
Get out of town. I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
I think I've got to say more about it, so I actually believe that I'm going to do it sooner than I've actually been, acting upon.
I don't want to ruin anything, so I can't say anything.
Those in the know will know.
Oh, God. All right, well,
then.
I think this has been amazing. It's been awesome having everybody turned up. Everyone got to chat. Aquariums Down Under. I don't know, just the internet. Sorry, but I knew something would happen. Something would go wrong somewhere. But been cool to have you on, Perth Cichlids and SirPrawnAlot, because usually Blackie, me, and Thirsty, which had a lot, but to have you guys on has been extra cool. And Cam, who's gone, and Thirsty. I know you dropped off, but you're still here, so appreciated. Thank you for all your involvement in the Fishtubers Down Under as well.
Thank Beck for us, Thirsty, that she's being lenient tonight, even though she's giving me crap about the Fishtubers own song. But thanks, Beck.
I think Aquamate deserves the thanks here for including us in the Fishtubers Down Under.
No, thank
It's
you.
been fun getting the community going.
Well said, Becky. Well said.
It was a good idea to just do something together. It was
Oh, I found so many people through it, and it's like awesome to know that there's others in Australia doing the fish stuff.
Absolutely, and it's going to get bigger. Like this time next year, like right now, we're probably thinking of about 12 Aussie channels that we can sort of talk to and we know. I reckon that'll double in another 12 months. So yeah, it'd be good. Also, thanks Cooker for the computer. Otherwise, I couldn't have done the stream.
Well done, Cooker. Came through with the goods again.
All right. Thank you. Everyone go back to sleep if you're on the other side of the world. Everyone do what you're doing on this side of the world. But yeah, we really appreciate the support, and we'll be doing some stuff together in the future too, I'm sure. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
See you soon. Bye now.